Why do you go wasting your time on me? You're so beautiful now. There's so much that's left for you now. Oh yeah, babe. And why do you go flashing those eyes at me? You know that I'm eager to please. I've always been eager to please. Oh yeah, babe. But I got a lot to say, and I'm scared that you're gonna slip away, and you.
That'll work. Beautiful morning. Okay, good morning everyone. Welcome back to another installment of the Greenhorn Photo Taker. I'm here in the Delaware water gap again, and what I wanted to try to do today was maybe a little different. I want to bike into Buttermilk Falls. So I've been to Buttermilk a couple times this summer, and it's been really low flow. It's been very dry. But yesterday we had Tropical Storm Fay roll by, and it dumped 2 to 4 inches of rain in the area. So I'm hoping that the falls themselves are really rushing right now. However, because of COVID reasons this year, maybe you can see it behind me, there's no vehicle access to Buttermilk. It's such a popular spot that it really wouldn't be possible to keep socially distant there. So the only way in is a mile or two hike or bike ride. And given that it's basically a road, it's not fun to hike. So I brought my bike with me, and we'll bike in and see if we can take any shots there. I got a little bit of a late start, so hopefully the sun does not peek through the foliage and create some hot white spots on the water, but I'm looking forward to it. I tried this before. I tried to vlog it earlier, but that didn't work. I was in a rush, and there was some afternoon thunderstorms rolling in. I didn't have my proper gear with me. I didn't want to get my camera gear wet, so I ended up bailing. I did capture this nice shot though, that I was very happy with, but it was very rushed, and I think I can do better, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in full flow. I've seen it in full flow a few times before, but never in the heart of summer. So I adjusted my shot to be a little bit lower to the ground. What I'm looking at right now is I definitely want this log in sight, and probably this rock. I would love to find a way to get these root systems in as well, but I think that would bring me too far away. So I'm just fine-tuning a couple of the composition corners to get everything in frame that I want. But those are the main things I would really like to see. The water at the bottom, the log, the rock, and if I can, these roots, but that might be too much. So I'll need to get a little closer. The foreground here didn't quite do it for me. You look at that, it's a fine picture, but there's way too much foreground when I think the subject is really the waterfalls. And I want to magnify them. So let me get a little bit closer and try that again. So now I'm right in the water with the tripod itself. And I like this a little bit better. I lost the roots, of course, but I still like this log. Where is that log? This log. And there's plenty of good rocks in the foreground. But being a little bit closer brings the waterfalls more into the focal point of the image and not so much as an afterthought. So let me try to capture one here. I've always had difficulty with these falls. They're not vertically aligned, right? This would be straight up and down. So whatever shot you take, you have to take into consideration they kind of bend to the right. And each one of these platforms is at a different angle too. So when you're trying to line horizontally, the bottom doesn't always line up with the top. Plus, the falls are so large, it's really not possible to get anything in frame unless you stand extremely far back, which then lessens the magnitude of the falls unless you have someone there in the shot for scale. Okay, starting to get a little crowded back here. So I headed back to the car. And I think I want to return to one other spot. I did a winter vlog off of Tarmac Trail. Anyway, whatever the trail is, I did a winter vlog at an old foundation for a bridge over the Delaware that had these wonderful swirls. But I couldn't quite capture the swirls the way I wanted to in the water. So maybe with the sun out and still somewhat in the morning. What time is it? 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, I don't think the sun will be too harsh and maybe can capture some of that swirl action. We'll try it. It's about an hour ride though. So let's see how it goes.
Why do you go wasting your youth on me? You're so beautiful now. So much time left for you now. Oh yeah, babe. Why? We look at the faces on your bedroom wall. Nobody's perfect at all. Well, sometimes it makes you feel small. Oh yeah, babe. Well,
So a change in plans. I realized the river would probably be brown from all of the accumulating water from Fay. And really by the time I got over there, it would be crowded, and we're still in COVID not lockdown, but COVID sensibility times, and I just don't want to be sitting next to people in the woods. Aside from COVID, that's not why I'm in the woods anyway. So I wanted to come to a location that I've been to before. I've logged here before. But it was last fall when the river was really low. It was in the middle of a drought. And with all the rain, they're thinking that it's cresting up at about 11 feet today. So I don't even know if I can get down close enough. It's probably at least 5 feet higher than it was. So this is more of a scouting mission for fun to see how high the river is. I wonder if I can even get to the base. And can I get down? I can barely get down there. Yeah, so no great scene here, but I will hang out, maybe do a little birding. Yeah, ever since I got the new camera, I've been into wildlife photography. Even started a different Instagram page if you want to check that out. Here's the Instagram handle, Backyard Beasts of New Jersey. Yeah, it's funny how the camera that you have can really change your style. I never would worry about wildlife photography with my old RX-10, but that was, I guess, because it couldn't really do wildlife photography. So the better lens and really the better ISO performance with a fast shutter speed is what made the difference. So I'm really enjoying that. Maybe we'll find something interesting here if I hang out for a while. Yeah, cool. Let me get out the camera and we'll see what we can do. Okay, I think that will do it for today. Wouldn't you know it, as soon as I had started to take my camera out and try to dial in the settings for wildlife photography, some type of, it's probably we call them chicken hawks, some type of carrion bird, I don't know what it is, flew into the scene, but I wasn't quite ready, and I did not capture it well. So I think we'll call it a day. Fun morning, haven't been out in a while. This is definitely worth it. And I think what we'll end with is some of the scenes that I've shot looking for wildlife over the past 2 weeks or so. I don't know how to turn that into a vlog. That's really boring, I would imagine, but we'll see.
I see her talking with her hands. Well, I don't think she knows how she changed all my plans. The things that I thought would last, well, they're fading. Feelings I used to have, they're changing.
Great morning. Looks to be a good day too. So enjoy the rest of yours and get out and explore.